Shoto Todoroki in ice skating. Now, when Todoroki Shoto asked if he could take you to the local ice skating ring as the date, you would have assumed that he knew how to ice skate. But actually, no, that was not the case. When you arrived, he insisted upon paying for his skates since he wouldn't have to pay for any for himself. See? Shoto had bought the white boots from his aero costume, seeing as they were designed for him to easily skate across his own ice width. So, Shoto paid for his skate with a shy grin when you profusely thanked him while grabbing his upper arm. But when you two left to go to the bay, where you could sit and put the skate on, a worker stopped you. Sir? Yeah, sorry, you're not permitted to enter the ring without actual skates. They called out, while pointing to his white boot that clearly had no blade on the bottom. He frowned for a moment before nodding and walking back over to get a pair of ice skates, to his size. You noticed something like hesitation in his eyes when he sat next to you to lace them up, and you couldn't understand why. Both of you stood up on wobbly feet and balanced on the blade of the skate as you walked over to the almost empty rink. It was fairly early in the morning, and shortly after opening time, so the rink was empty. You were glad to see this because it meant you would be completely alone with Shoto, save for the worker, and Shoto was glad for another reason. You would be the only one to witness his utter inexperience. You stepped onto the ice and quickly adjusted to the new field beneath you. Honestly, you were a bit nervous that Shoto was taking you skating. The boy practically skated across ice for a living, and you had only been a few times, so your slight anxiousness over slipping and falling on your ice in front of him was understandable. Little did you know, you had absolutely nothing to worry about in terms of embarrassing yourself. You turn around to see that he hasn't even stepped onto the ice, and he's posed right in front of the entrance to the rink, staring at the ice with uncertainty. Is something wrong, Shoto? You asked with concern. He looked up at you as you called his name, and his troubled expression morphed into a weak chuckle as he looks down again. You skate over to where he is and wait for his response. When he stops his nervous laughter, he swallows and looks up at you as he opens his mouth to answer. I'll be honest, I have no idea how to skate with this. He admits while gesturing to his new footwear. You gape at him in shock and comical disbelief. Todoroki Shoto, the boy you've been glided across steep wave of ice effortlessly hundreds of times before, does not know how to skate with real figure skates. You slap a hand across your mouth to contain your unsurprising giggles, and he furrows his brow at you despite the small grin twitching at his lips. If you didn't know how to skate, why did you take me on ice skating date? You laugh, no longer being able to hold in it. He laughed along with you and shake his head before mumbling out. I know that wouldn't be allowed to use my boots. I wouldn't have taken you elsewhere, you know. You nod your head in understanding with a playful smile still on your face as you reach down and grab both of his large hands. Don't worry, I guess I just have to teach you then. You offer while pulling him to step onto the ice. He struggles to balance, and you tighten your grip on him so that he doesn't immediately go crashing down. And for a while, you just stay like this with hands held tightly together so that Shoto doesn't fall. You're giving him pointers the entire time as he gets used to the feeling of standing onto the ice with the separation of the blade. When he seems to be comfortable, you let go of one of his hands and then stands well enough on his own. So you start slowly moving forwards, dragging him with you, and he just barely balancing, leg wobbling. Shoto collects himself and tries to stand up as straight as possible with his other hand held out to his side to help, but he becomes too sure of himself too fast and believes he can do it without your help. I think I can move on my own now, he said. You oblige and let go of his hands, and are delighted to see that he is able to stand by himself. When he tries to move forward like you is when the problem starts. Shoto's feet kick out beneath him, his back heading straight to the ice. You gasp and reach out for him in an attempt to keep him from falling, which was indeed a mistake. The force of Shoto falling takes you down with him, and you collide with his chest as his back collides with the ice. But to your surprise, he let out a laugh, accompanied by a pained squeeze. This triggers your own giggle too, and suddenly, both of you are laying onto the cold ice, laughing as a mishap to your heart's contents. That is, until a worker skates over and hovers above you with an amused grin, saying, Listen, ton of drainer. Listen, ton of drainer ice skater are going to be coming in soon, and I'm not saying you have to leave, but I'd recommend it, seeing as both of you are, on the ground. You nod with a smile and look up at Shoto with also nodding. No worry. I know somewhere we can go. Shoto responds. The worker helps you off the ice and onto the real ground before doing the same with Shoto, who is more than happy to switch back to regular shows. He takes you back out to his car with a small blush on his face as you lightheartedly tease him about the fall. So, where are we going? You ask. To my house. I have to get something for you. You vaguely respond. You attempt to pry whatever this secret is from his mouth, but he won't budge. He doesn't budge even when he pulls up to his house, runs inside, and returns with a white bag that he tucks at his side so you can't see its contents. You drive for a while, and you watch in peace as your surroundings become more and more secluded until they stop the car in a small wooded area a few miles from his house and tell you that you arrived. Shoto, we in the middle of nowhere? What do you mean we're here? You deadpan. He offers a slight grin and tells you to walk with him as he grabs the white bag in his boots. Wait a minute. You're not bringing me here to kill me, are you? You tease again. He only shakes his hands with another chuckles and tells you to follow. You walk in comfortable silence with him for a few minutes, admiring the trees and the nature around you until you come to a small clearing when the sun beams through the trees. You watch confusedly as he walks forwards and puts his right hand on the ground and tells you to back up a bit. Your confusion morphs into wonder when he begins to eyes the ground around you. I figure maybe I could take you ice skating here instead. He grins. You realize now that he has effectively made a new ring for you. He sits down on the ground to change into his white boots and tells you to sit with him as he pulls out the content of the mysterious white bag. Shoto reveals a beautiful pair of white skates with an intricate gold design that's swirled all around them. Where did you get this from? You ask in awe. His smile only widened at your obvious enthusiasm when he hands them to you. They were my mother's. She loved to skate, One time she took me here and I was little, so that's how I know about it. He explains. You sit in shock as you realize you're holding his mother's skate. I can't wear this, they're your mother's, you exclaimed. No, listen, she wants you to wear them. I asked them the last time I went to hospital, and she said nothing would make her happier than for you to wear them. His smile is shy. His smile is shy now, as if he's nervous that you'll reject this. You, on the other hand, are internally freaking out at the fact that he's talked to you about his mother and that she wanted you to wear her skates. Of course I wear them, Shoto. You finally respond. He beams as he watches you lace them up, and his smile will only widen when he sees you step onto the ice with them. Shoto Now in his total element, know that he's no longer in real skates, he's the one guiding you around the handmade rink with ease. You watch breathlessly as he glides around contentedly with the sun shining on him, creating a glow that makes him look almost angelic. You two lose track of the time, skating for who knows how long before he suggests that you get something to eat. When you sit to take off the skates and return to them, he shakes his head. She wants you to have them. He said, "Likely you're able to fight off the tears that break your eyes at such a meaningful statement, and you nod at him, not trusting your voice. He leads you back to the car, his hands never leaving yours. Thanks for, not laughing at me too much today." Of course, Sho. Of course. Just make sure you take me somewhere that doesn't involve falling next time. You tease. He laughed before leaning down to press a kiss to your lips that holds more thanks for the day.